Contrary to popular belief, it would be incredibly easy to end poverty, especially in America. So easy that a congressman can do it. How do we do this? Not in a socialist way, not with any of the giving people money crap that you always hear about in the news. That ultimately hurts the people they're trying to help because it's a one-time payment, makes things permanently more expensive. So the way to do this, what are the three most important things that people need? Food, shelter, and energy. So how do these things become cheap and abundant? The technology exists. It's just the ignorance of the government that's not embracing it. So number one, nuclear energy. There's a prime example of this just last month. Finland, they brought a nuclear reactor on site a few months ago and boom, 80% down in the price of energy in just a few months. Now, next, food, vertical farming. Vertical farming can produce food year-round using 1% of the water that is used right now for farming. And the only thing holding it back is that it costs too much to run these facilities from an energy standpoint. Now, how do we fix that? Oh, boom, nuclear energy. So those two things, you have abundant energy and abundant food instantly, just like that. Now, number three, desalination. You ever hear of that? It's a crazy sounding word, but it's the concept of taking salt out of the ocean water to make it drinkable water. Because right now, out of the 3% of water that's available to us, 1.5% is accessible. So we're using 1.5% of the water in all of the world to drink from, and that's why you're seeing lakes and whatnot dry up. That's why you're seeing deserts everywhere instead of growing agriculture. So this technology called desalination, it's been around for decades, but California ruined it, of course, because they brought it on site in the 70s and then boom, they're like, oh no, we can't do it. It's bad for the environment. It puts too much salt in the water and it hurts some of the fish, which that's all been massively debunked. I could talk about that in great detail in the future if you want, because this is something that's just devastating to the California as a whole, because they like to leverage these water crises and put policy in when it's happening. Anyway, next one, shelter. Probably the easiest one of all to fix. All the government would need to do to create affordable housing is to incentivize home builders to build cheap starter homes, because there's been a massive shortage of starter homes being built over the last 10 years because it's not profitable to do it right now. If the government simply drops the tax rate on selling a starter home to 1%, you'd get affordable housing in 2 years probably. But what do? They do government-sponsored housing where they put price caps on rent, then boom, no more apartments get built, and then boom, it's worse than the problem was at the beginning. So, like I've said in the previous videos, the government, the Congress, very uniquely untalented, stupid people. We know why, we talked about that last week. But innovation, incentives, beats welfare anytime. So that is how you end poverty in just a few minutes. So any disagreements, debates you want to have, fire off the comment section. Love to have that debate. If you agree with this, obviously subscribe. And if you want to know more about what I'm all about, check out this playlist. I'll see you later.